everybody, this is Mattdoesfitness, and what's the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer? The taste. Okay, this is my Malaysian Watersports, and when I say Watersports, I'm talking about the family-based regular sport in water. So, now, while we were over there in Malaysia, I obviously had an awesome time. We did loads of stuff based in the sea. I can kind of split this into 3 sections. We did some sub-winging, which is what you're seeing here. We did some snorkeling, and we did some jumping. So what I've done is split them up, and we're going to start with some sub-winging. Now, as was the case with me, I imagine most of you have no idea what sub-winging is. Right, here we are. So, it is essentially, you hold kind of a thing you see here. It's kind of 2 bits of plastic, and they're on a like a pivot, so they move independently of each other, and you are attached via a rope to a boat. The boat pulls you along, and as you can see here, it's friggin' awesome. You have so much fun. The boat isn't actually going that fast, but underwater it feels really quick, and it's just so cool. Particularly when you'll see in a bit, I get to a spot where there's loads of kind of coral and stuff, and it's so awesome. You kind of I feel like I was in Star Wars, you know, like when it's kind of the ships like flying through the air and you're kind of dodging stuff. That's what it was like. It was so cool. Now, this is the not the idea, but it's a kind of a big thing for my sister-in-law's husband, Ollie. He is a massive sub-winging fan, so he brought this over with him, and we were all having a go. And like I said, it's so cool. You've got to give it a go. You can buy them like in shops, but he made this one himself. I think it cost him like 20 quid to make it, and it's bloody awesome. It's so cool. Particularly, like I said, if you find a really good spot to do it. So here, we're off the back of a boat, and you can see I'm kind of dodging stuff. As I was getting more confident, I was doing more stuff, like holding on to the back of it. You can kind of, obviously you can do like spins and stuff, you can turn. That was my attempt to run on the surface, which is much harder than I thought it would be. You basically just, obviously you come up to get air, and then you just go back down again. Obviously I'm wearing a mask here. It was just so cool. Oh, here's Sarah's had a go. Yeah, it's such love. It feels so good. Like I said, I mean, when you're on the boat, it's really strange. When you're on the boat, it feels like you're going at about 1 mile an hour. It feels incredibly slow, but that's kind of that's kind of important. I think a few times I tried to get him to go a lot faster, and you end up just being kind of dragged along, and you can't really see what's going on. You can't really do much. So when you go a bit slower, it's just quality. You can do so much fun stuff. Also, in case you're wondering, that is my wet top, which I wore for a number of reasons. I kept getting stung by stuff, plus I didn't want to get sunburnt really bad because I was in the water all day, and plus for the majority of the time when I was out of the water, I was bloody boiling. So by wearing a top, it cooled me down. So everyone's a winner. You see here, yeah, it's just so cool going around stuff. As I was getting more confident, I was kind of going closer to stuff. I was like skirting the coral and stuff. Yeah, I was a little bit scared. I mean, that's the other thing about going really fast. Obviously, if the boat goes really quick, and you haven't got as good vision in the water, there's a chance you're going to smash into some coral. And in case you are unfamiliar with coral, it is ridiculously sharp. It's like the sharpest thing in the world. Every time I went in the water and was kind of going near it, I found out little kind of cuts and scratches on my feet and hands because it's bloody sharp. Anyway, part 2, we had a lot of snorkeling. We were snorkeling every single day, and it was unreal. I've been snorkeling in like Greece before, but it's nowhere near the level of this. It was so cool. Every time we went in the water, there was just millions of fish everywhere. We saw sharks, we saw turtles. It was unbelievable. So here you're seeing that is a giant sea turtle. This isn't one of the biggest ones we saw. Like we saw one that was literally like almost the size of me. It was friggin' huge, and they're so cool. Like we found with most of the wildlife there, it just didn't it wasn't fussed about like humans. Like you could just go right up to them, you could like touch them and stuff, and then they didn't care. So the turtle, we were like stroking it and stuff, and it was so cool. Like I couldn't believe how big it was. I knew they got big, but yeah, they're absolutely huge, and it would just every kind of minute or so it would just come up to the surface to get air. And if you were kind of there, it would just literally, like at one point it came up like right in front of Cesar's face. Like they're so cool, and it was so kind of just unfussed about our presence. So it was awesome. It was really cool. And now in a minute you're going to see the best part of all. Now, in case you were unaware, I friggin' love sharks, and we saw some black tip reef sharks, which aren't massive. I think the biggest one we saw was probably about 1.5 meters, but it was so cool. Like swimming with those bad boys was unreal. Also, they are ridiculously fast. Like on a couple of occasions I tried to follow one, and it just left me for dead. Anyway, part 3, woo, was some jumping in. We went on a snorkeling trip, and one of the stops was like it's called a lighthouse. It's like The highest point you see me on there is 12 meters up, and as you can guess, we were jumping in. This is one of my funnest things to do. I love climbing things and jumping in off stuff. It's so fun. So I did this for a good probably half an hour. It was really scary trying to get up there. I think the kind of local authorities have tried to prevent people from doing it, so they've cut the ladders off, so you have to kind of jump and get up to the, like, kind of grab the bottom rung of the ladder and then climb up. So it's pretty perilous, but it's so cool when you once you get up there. It's 12 meters from the top, which is obviously high. When you're up there, it is ridiculously high. Like, I was crapping my pants, and I'm quite good at jumping in off stuff. So, but yeah, we had an awesome time, all kinds of water sports actions, and that's pretty much that, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always. And now I'm going to leave you with some pretty exciting, real-time, scary action.
Where are you jumping? I'm going to stand and jump. On top of here? Yeah. You have to go, let's say go.